here was me. That's about what I looked like when I was giving my heart to Christ. That was a year earlier. The first Bible study that I ever did, when I figured, okay, now that I have all this free time, I'm not playing video games. I guess if I'm going to be a Christian, I should open the Bible. Maybe I should study God's Word. And so I picked up God's Word, and, there was this book that was introduced to me. It was called the National Sunday Law. And I'm like, what is this? And I went through it, and I was amazed. I was like, wow, Mom, this is why you go to church on Saturday? I had no idea. You knew this, and you never told me? And she's like, well, you just weren't interested. I'm like, Mom, you knew this, and you never told me? I am your son. This was amazing. I immediately called my best friend Josh. I was like, Josh, get over here right now. You've got to check this out. I got to share this with you. I just found something amazing. And so he came over. It took me 3 hours to read it with my mom. And then he came over. We did another 3 hours. And he learned, and he was like, wow, this is great. This is amazing. And so he went back home. Later that evening, I called my other best friend, or another friend. We were all close friends. Her name was Danielle. And I talked to her, and I was just sharing with her my testimony, my experience of what I just had with God at this youth camp. And I was telling her where I was before, what kind of led me to that breaking point, hitting rock bottom. I was sharing with her. And she's just like, I want what you have. Whatever that is, I want that. And I was like, well, have you ever given your heart to Christ before? She's like, never. Said, okay, well, meet me in the library tomorrow at school, and we can give your heart to Christ together over there. And she's like, all right, I'll be there tomorrow. And so we started on this journey, and it was a blessing, but I didn't realize beforehand, before that experience, I just talked to her freely about what Christ did for me, like the demoniacs. They've never heard a sermon fall from the lips of Christ. They haven't spent as much time with him as did the disciples, but Christ sent the demoniacs as the first missionaries to that town to share what God has done with them, to share their testimony. I didn't know how to give a Bible study. I literally invited my friend to come over and read the book. I just read it to him. And he was as excited as I was.